Over 3 million views in 8 hours, and it is still climbing. You are on Kimmel, you're on Fallon.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jackie Burke.
Well, for some reason, people don't think of Robert De Niro as a naturally talented comedian, but I think this man is extremely funny. You've seen him in movies from Meet the Parents and Meet the Fockers, to Analyze This, to any number of movies, including the Martin Scorsese 1983 classic, in which he plays a wannabe comedian who kidnaps a talk show host played by Jerry Lewis, the king of comedy. It was pure genius. Now he's in a new movie called The Comedian, and this time De Niro plays a talented comic who's seen better days, to be sure. He's one of those guys who had one big giant hit sitcom that people won't let him forget. But he plays these nightclubs, and he's a miserable kind of guy. Actually gets into a big fight with an audience member, winds up in the clink, and then has to serve community service at a soup kitchen. That's where he meets Leslie Mann. She also is doing community service, trying to get back from the downside of her life.
You got 100 for assault? Why is that fair? Why does that make sense? That makes no sense at all. Why should a man get less than a woman for the same thing? That makes 0 sense. What'd you do, get the celebrity discount?
They do have a connection somehow, even though De Niro's character, Jackie Burke, is really miserable to be around. He's not one of those people who lights up a room anymore. But their relationship does lead to a number of engagements and gigs and things that his manager sets up. That's Edie Falco, in a terrific supporting cast. A lot of great names here. A very funny sequence, I thought, was taking place at a senior home where he is there entertaining the seniors with his foul-mouthed act.
You're a dancer?
Yeah.
Come sit on my lap. I'll spin you around like a draper.
Unfortunately, this movie is not nearly as good as it should be. It's also kind of off-putting to have this leading character played by De Niro, somebody that we have to sit for 2 hours and kind of try something to like about to get in with the rhythm of this piece. I have to say, I really do like the casting here put together. Harvey Keitel, who of course worked with De Niro in so many great films, including Mean Streets, he's back as the father of Leslie Mann, and they have a particularly interesting dinner one night.
I'll tell you what, let me do it. Let me do you. I got you down. I mean, whose vibrator is this? Did you take the batteries out of the smoke alarm again?
Best of all for me was Patti LuPone, who is married to Danny DeVito in the film, who plays De Niro's brother. De Niro shows up at this wedding he's not really welcomed at, and she lets him have it. She is terrific in this movie. As for the rest of it, it took 4 writers to put this together, including Jeffrey Ross, who is the master of those comedy dinner roast and things, and Art Linson, who did a much better movie that was not well regarded and I think is highly underrated, called What Just Happened, which starred De Niro as a studio executive. That movie really got into the underbelly of show business in a way the comedian only hopes to. There are moments here. It's a terrific cast. If you want to see these people, I could certainly think of worse things to do with your time, but I have to say, I instead might just rent The King of Comedy and take a look at De Niro in his prime in this kind of arena and see what it's really all about. So for The Comedian, I say, no.